This is a land of mixed feelings. One second, you're feeling like you're on top of the world, and then one mountain of homework later, you're buried under 200 pounds of rocks. One minute, you're positive that your crush likes you, the next, they're dating someone. There are so many things that can make you feel down and out here, and all of the stereotypes about this place don't help. There just seems to be something more exciting about the future than about now. What is the biggest transition you will be going through within the next 2 years?
High school. High school.
None of us can wait to get to those things, to all the big stuff. Freshman year, homecoming, a sweet 16, driving, a prom, and eventually graduation. Is there anything really important happening to you right now?
Algebra, maybe? My life is kind of going from 7th grade, like the small leagues, like standing in line and having cubbies. And especially the last 2 years, it's going from there to, hey, guess what? You have a set of classes, you have a set of points you gotta get before 4 years, do it.
Do you think middle schoolers would be more content if they lived more in the now?
I don't know if I could generalize and say that middle schoolers are all unhappy, but I think there's a lot of reasons to not be comfortable in your own skin when you're in middle school. I remember having that feeling that everyone was always looking at me, everyone was always judging me, and everyone was always thinking about me. And it wasn't until I was an adult I realized that nobody was watching because they were all too busy thinking about themselves. I think middle schoolers would be happier if they were able to realize that they're the only ones that are thinking negative thoughts about themselves. They're the only ones that are concerned about what their hair looks like or if they're wearing the right clothes. So if they're able to live right here, right now, and realize that what they have is something good, they'd be happier.
Do you think there are only a few things that make middle schoolers happy?
No, definitely not. I mean, there are several things that make middle schoolers happy, but I do know that there are probably a lot more things that make middle schoolers unhappy.
What about the little things, the small joys in life? Do you think kids our age see those?
Nope.
Very few of us do.
What do you, in your own words, think makes up a happy person? What makes up a good day?
Nobody yelling at me that I'm doing something wrong. And that would be a good day. And then a happy person, someone who's fine, who's okay. They don't have a really big worry going on. They don't have a really big test or something. There's nothing that's stressing them.
It's kind of hard because like a really, really good day only comes once in a lifetime, like once or twice a lifetime. A good, like an okay day comes a lot, and that's probably just, being in a rut, kind of just routine, doing things kind of over and over because that's what you love, and that's, change is not something for the human. I mean, nobody likes change. Nobody likes going from point A to point B and having to change in the journey.
Happiness is more than just a word or even an emotion. It's a state of life. It's a decision you make. Being happy means even if your bus runs late or they're out of hash browns or your favorite kind of Pop-Tarts, that you've already made the decision that you can handle it and you can be okay. Happy means being able to smile until you do feel like smiling. Happiness means being content, being able to live in the right here and the right now. Happiness doesn't mean that everything's going to go your way, because not everything will. You're always going to have problems that you face. There's always going to be challenges. So if you base your happiness on what another person thinks about you, or you base your happiness on whether or not you did well on a test, then you're always going to be happy and sad. But if you make the decision to be happy, you can have a better life.
Would you say things like that are little things or big things?
Both.
So do you think middle schoolers make mistakes hoping to get to the bigger things faster?
Definitely.
Yeah, that's because they don't know what they're doing yet. Pretty much.
Part of learning is making mistakes. If you don't make mistakes, you never learn, you never grow, you never develop. I don't think you'll find a single teacher that believes students can learn without making a mistake. I don't think you'll find a single parent that says they were perfect parents the first time. It takes practice and it takes mistakes to get better at things. Why do people make those mistakes? Maybe it's because they're rushing through. Maybe it's because they're not taking time to slow down. Maybe it's because they're excited about what comes next. But that doesn't mean mistakes are bad things.
I will agree. Waiting for all of the big, exhilarating things can be awful, but don't let the impatience make you miserable. Notice the little things, the amazingly nice day with peculiar timing, the moment when one word causes you and your friends to burst out laughing, the perfect score you got on a test that you thought you had flunked, and let them hold you over until the big stuff comes.